Chapter 8 from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Chapter 8. I walked slowly from Lanyon's house to my own, and then I slept. For how long I cannot say, but when I woke I felt so good to be home, near my drugs. That morning, Poole made me a breakfast as usual. Then I took a walk out in the garden. I wanted some fresh air. But no sooner had I walked a few steps than I felt the shaking come on me again. I hardly had time to run to my lab before I turned into Edward Hyde. I dashed to my drawer. I made the drink again by putting in a lot more white powder. I was able to bring back Jekyll. Even so, I stayed Jekyll for only 6 hours. Everything had changed now. I had to keep taking the drug to stay as Henry Jekyll. If I were to sleep, even for a moment, I woke up as Hyde. And Hyde was growing stronger each day, while Jekyll grew sick and weak. What could I do? I had to stay in my lab day and night. Poole brought my food. He would leave it outside the door of my lab. Then, when he was gone, I would open the door. I would take the food and close myself in my lab once more. I was running out of the powder. I sent notes to Poole under my door. I made him look for more of the white powder in every drugstore in London, but though he brought back large piles of the powder, it was never the same. None of it was like the first powder. None of it worked. When I was Hyde, I wanted to break out of the lab. It was a cage, a jail. I wanted to be free. But I was so afraid of being seen, I did not want to hang, and so Hyde would always drink the drug that turned him back into Jekyll. One afternoon, I heard something from across the garden. "Jekyll," called a voice. I came to the window in my lab and saw Utterson. He was walking with his cousin Enfield. I tried to smile. "Hello," I said. "Hello," said Utterson. "I hope you are better. I've tried to see you many times, but Poole said you were sick. You and Lanyon both. I am worried about the two of you." "I am not well," I said. "Not well at all." I hung my head, thinking of Lanyon. "You stay inside too much," said Utterson. He and Enfield came closer to my window. "Why don't you come out for a walk with us?" said Enfield. "Yes," said Utterson. "Get your hat and cane. Come out now." "You are very good," I said. "I should like to very much, but no, it is out of the question." I looked at Utterson. He looked back at me with a worried smile, the smile of a true friend. "Well," said the lawyer, "if you cannot come out, then we must talk from where we are." "Very well," I said. A warm feeling came over me. I wanted so to talk with good friends. "The police are still looking for Carew's murderer, you know," said Enfield. "They will find him, sooner or later." "Yes, Henry," said Utterson, "you are well rid of that young friend of yours, that Mr. Hyde." "Oh," I replied, "if only I were, if only I were." And then the shaking started again. They could see that something horrible was happening to me. I jumped up. I slammed down the window, right in their faces. I pulled the curtains closed. In a moment, as Henry Hyde, I peeked out from behind the curtains. I watched the two men go. I could see the horror in their eyes. How much had they seen?